Hi, welcome to this video about how to use GPS smartphone applications with your genealogical research. One of the challenges I find in looking back through history is trying to find where people actually lived, where they were born or buried, and future generations will love you if you use the GPS technology to mark the landmarks and sites for where you and your family have lived. Today I will show you the application I use on my smartphone. There are many applications like this on the market for different kinds of phones, so I'm just profiling the one I use and how I use it. But this will give you an idea of what you may want to search for in finding a GPS application. You may have to try a few before you find the right one. Practice on documenting where you live right now, and that will give you a good idea if the app is the one you want to use. I have an Android smartphone and I use an app called GPS Coordinates. You can see the interface of it on the screen here. For this screenshot, I was standing at my home location. When you open the app, where you are standing is the coordinates that are displayed. Plus, the application will show you the address if there is one. From this screen, I can do several things like save, share, load a saved location, or see this location on a map. The first function I want to demonstrate is the map function. If I use the map function, I can see this location on Google Maps. So all I have to do is press the map button and I will see my location where I am standing on the map. Here is what the app looks like once I have clicked the map button. With my phone, I could take a screenshot of this, or I can share this with the share button up at the top. Back at the main screen of the application, I am going to show you what happens with the save button. As you can see, we are still working with the same location of where I am standing. Once I click save, this dialog box appears. I will give it a name called Redmond Home. Once I click OK, the app saves that location for me. Thus, while I'm in the field doing research, I can go back later and pull up these different locations I have saved on my phone application, and thus I'm not having to keep extensive field notes. Now, back at the home screen, we can then take a look at the load button. The load button pulls up my saved locations. Once I have clicked the load button, I then see this screen of all my saved locations. I can either email them to myself, or I could click on a location and it will reload onto my phone. Back on the original screen of the application, we will go over the share button. With the share button, you can post this information to many applications. Once you click the share button, this is the screen you see. This brings up all the applications on your phone where this information could be shared. You can text it, you can email it, you can post it on Facebook, copy it to a clipboard, or save into Google Drive. Plus, if you scroll on the screen, you can see many more options. One thing I like to do if I'm on a family history hunting trip is to mark many locations and then email myself the information, along with short notes, so I do not forget pertinent information or have to write it down, or worse yet, have to rely on my memory. Another thing I like about this app is that it shows the degrees, minutes, and seconds. This is important because another tool I use is Google Earth Pro. With this GPS information, I can find a location on that tool as well. In this case, the latitude degrees are north 47, the latitude minutes are 40, and the seconds are 54.09152. The longitude degrees are west minus 122, the minutes are 9, and the seconds are 48.50939. If you enter that data into Google Earth Pro, it will take you right to the place you are standing when you mark this location on your phone. The reason I do this and transfer the data to Google Earth Pro is because I like to do videos with that data as well. You can give this place a name in Google Earth Pro, and that pin is then saved on the map. Finally, here is a picture in Google Earth Pro that shows the actual location on the map. And frankly, this is a prettier picture than what you get off the GPS application. So depending on your preferences, you may like one better than the other. I was smart enough to ask my mom where she was born before she died, and she took me to the place, out in the woods, on a dirt road in Alabama. At that time, it popped into my head to get a GPS app on my iPhone and record the location, because goodness knows, if I tried to rely on my memory for where this was, I would never find it again. Future generations will thank me for documenting these places, because as you research your family tree, you will see the value of knowing where these locations are as information sources. Thus, as we look back into the mist of the past, we also should be thinking about looking ahead through the mist of the future. Future generations of your family will be grateful, I guarantee it. Before I go, please note that we have a podcast called Keep the Dash Alive. You can listen to similar content on that channel. Both sources may help you to learn in different ways.